Okie doke. Here we go.
I very much appreciate the illustration.
I was thinking of you when I put it in.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I mean, it's all about elementary particles in this
Yeah.
chapter of Neveu, so I thought this was fitting. I think it was a Top Quark event, if I'm not mistaken. Put the link in there if anybody wants to read up on it. But yeah, basically particle jets, just like in the next pages. Okie doke. And so he's giving us a whole bunch of particles, I think 5 in total in this session. And I've broken them out 1 or 2 pages each with example sentences to make it a bit more clear how they're actually used. And yeah, let's start with the first one. First one is Ghar. Well, now I remember what I wanted to say. They're not all exclusively late Egyptian, like a lot of the things that we discuss, because this is supposed to be an introductory Egyptian course. I basically included everything he has, whether it's late or just a carryover from middle. If it's used in late Egyptian, then let's deal with it, because that's something we'd find in texts. So this one is very common, Ghar, and it's like a general purpose. Connector. I like to think of it as while in my head. So it's something, 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 first part, then Ghar, the second, introducing the second part, while something was going on, and, but, or, so. It basically correlates the first and the second phrase, the first and the second sentence. In Chinese, there's something very similar, at least in classical Chinese, and has the same kind of ambiguity. Very often it just means and, but depending on circumstances, it could also mean could also mean but. And it's the same with Egyptian Ghar. It's not as strict as I guess the English equivalents. So yeah, I have a few example sentences here. Let's try the first one. This one is definitely a come on from the Tale of Two Brothers. It's basically the wife of the elder brother talking to the younger brother. And so let's see what she has to say. Let's see. Does anybody want to take this one? I know you guys haven't seen those before, but if you want to have a crack at it.
Sure.
All right.
So we have Win Paheti Ayat Im Ek. Wait, yeah, that's the right one. Oh, just keep going or just do the first?
As you wish. Either is fine.
Okay. Then we have Ger Ti Her Peter Na Yek. Oh, no. Na'u. I'm on the phone here. Those are plural strokes. Oh, yeah, Na Ek. Na'i. You have T-R. What's the man with the stick? Is this T?
It's still part of the word. You're right. Tined.
Oh, wait. Oh, Tener. Okay, I see. Oh, look, right above. Thank you. Tener. Anyway, I have Minet. Minet. Minet or Minet.
That's right. Let me actually transcribe it as we speak. So let me just write down what you had. It was perfect. So when D, I guess, imak is what you had, I think. And as usual, I put punctuation in, which is not there in the original. Ger, T, Ger, Peter, I think you had. Nike. I'm just going to go with what Neveu had there, Jenner. Makes sense. Literally T and L like you had. This could also be an L in group writing, but let's go with the transcription that's in Neveu. Okay, there we go. And as for the meaning?
The first one, I'm thinking it's, and there's great strength in you. Is that kind of what it's saying? Is there?
Correct.
Okay. And there's great strength in you. And I see our, no. This is, and I see, so wait, we have hair. So what is the verb? So, yes, okay, so, and I see This is throwing me off here. Our, or your,
Mhm.
your vigor or your strength? No, your force?
It's really also strength. I tried to put another translation in there, but they both mean strength. I mean, you could maybe say one is power and one is strength, if you want to vary it in English, but they really both map onto strength in English. It just sounds repetitive.
And we have minutes. This is our adverb, right?
You got it.
Let's see, in minute. Something with time. Oh, I need to remember these. And your strength.
I think it's a minute, or is it mean? Geez. But whoops. Let me look it up real quick. It's mene in Coptic, but how do we actually transcribe that properly here? Whoops. Nah, come on. Too many keyboards these days. Should be mean. My bad. No, wait. Mean is today. How do you say? So it's basically it's every day. But how do you transcribe that puppy again? I really forgot. How do we make this simple?
It's m-minute.
So it is minute. I had it right.
M-minute, yes.
Okay,
You had
good.
it right.
Awesome. I was wondering if there was supposed to be like a J in there somewhere, but then not. Okay, great. So it means every day.
Yeah, daily. Okay, I see it here.
Classical would be ranib, but a minute would be a perfectly good equivalent to say, I see your strength every day. Okay, doke. Awesome. So, like I said, it's a come on. She's basically trying to seduce him, and that's how she opens the conversation. Well done, Chris. Any comments or on it grammatically or something? I mean, maybe.
No.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say maybe we can go through it, and I don't know if it's not inappropriate, but like go through it, and I can say what the grammar, what's going on with the grammar.
Sure, absolutely. I think that would be cool. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You want to go or should I?
Okay, yeah, I'll see what I can name. All right, so the first portion here, this is the is this existential going on here? Existential?
Yep. Perfect. Exactly.
And then of course we have a preposition. So AI here is of course the descriptive adjective on strength. And I see in the second sentence, I see a first present.
That's right.
We have one. Ek. Okay, we did this. It's possessive. Possessive pronoun here. T. And fourth here. So this is a noun, right? This is a
right.
Yes, it's a noun. It's a noun. Substantive, and then I guess our adverb at the end, our compound preposition, M
right.
plus a noun again, yeah.
Used as an adverb, you had it right. And yeah,
No.
tentative for some reason is being used in the plural. There's nak and not a singular.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that is slightly confusing. I think I transcribed that correctly, especially with the plural strokes in there. I don't think I got that wrong. But so yeah, it's being treated as a plural. All right, well done. And so what you see is the gerde is being used to connect the first and the second. It wouldn't come at the beginning of a paragraph, but it can come to add additional sentences to whatever you had before. I think that's about as much as can be said about this one. Anybody want to do the second one? After this strong start?
I can try.
Try.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
UF Herjed and Pareharakti.
Sounds good. Oops. What on earth? And Charachti. Jesus. I'm having a complete blank. How do I transcribe Harachti?
Oh,
Achet. No. Rechor. Acheti. Is that it? I think so,
I
right?
think so.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's I'm going to translate this in a narrative past, even though it's the first present. And he said to Preharakti,
Mhm.
and Ajay.
Mhm.
Oh, I know this sentence.
Yes, I thought it
This
was.
horse and Seth.
It is. Mhm.
Okay. And Ajay
Mhm.
in like falsehood.
Yeah, or falsely. Mhm.
Bupui Gem her.
Hmm?
Other her.
Mhm.
Gem Su.
Right.
So I did not find Horace, but he found him.
Right. Well, or while he had found him. Yep. Mhm. Perfect. That's correct. Was that you Gemsu or was it you Gemefsu? Bear with me for one moment. I wonder if I maybe was a little bit too hasty there in the transcription. Let's see. Gemcher. That should be easy. It's great that this thing is searchable. No, he really has. Ah, you Gemef. There you go. Gemefsu. It didn't sound right grammatically. Something was missing here. So there is an F here. How about this? Okay, today's not my day, but yeah, no, transcription and translation were perfect. So in this case, it's better to translate it as but or even though or something contrastive instead of and. Any other grammar comments on this one?
The N Ajay. I mean this is is Ajay a noun? Is this just a prepositional phrase?
Yeah, I think it's a prepositional phrase. Falsely, I just wonder if the N shouldn't really be an M. The dative feels kind of odd here, and they start mixing up N's and M the further you get. So I wonder if that's supposed to be M or N Ajay. Let's see. Oh, look at that. He has an M here. And he
Yeah.
he doesn't recognize the Y. Okay, I'll go with that. And let me double check my Recharachti as well. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Okay. So
Can
yeah.
you go through the grammar? So can you go through the grammar?
Sure. Okay, so the particle you with the suffix pronoun subject F. Herjet is another first present, like the previous sentence.
Mhm.
And then a dative, and Pare Harakti is the name. And then Mja, we just talked about. Bupui is a negation.
Mhm.
And the little bird on the stick here is another suffix pronoun, so first person suffix pronoun.
Good catch. Mhm. Mhm.
Seen the sentence before. I remember not catching it the first time around. That's the only reason I caught
Me
it this
neither.
time.
Yeah.
And then gem here is infinitive.
Yes, it is. So the book or Satzing is describes it simply as MP, like based on the Coptic. It's the perfect marker, negative perfect marker, and yes, that's just a straight infinitive behind it.
Yeah. And then the her is just Taurus. The second her is what we're discussing in the grammar point. Eugem F Sue. Infinitive again.
Actually, no, this one not. Although we technically haven't discussed that form. I think that is it's a F past, so something like Gemove, with the circumstantial marker slapped in front of it. So it couldn't be the infinitive because there's like another dependent pronoun here. Yeah, but otherwise spot on. Very good, cool. And that's really, I think.
Thanks, very helpful.
All right, thanks for calling it out. And yeah, I think that's all that can be said about her. It's super common. They like to use it a lot. Again, just like in classical Chinese, it's like one of those really frequent connectors that you see. So that one's definitely your friend to see when a new sentence starts. It can't come at the beginning. It has to be somewhere further down in the text. It can also be stacked with other particles, which you'll see in a moment. So talking about in a moment, let me go to the next one then. Next one is ir. And I would say the basic meaning in my mind, it maps onto S4. And you can use that to emphasize different parts of the sentence. You can use it to emphasize the subject. You can use it to emphasize objects. Basically, any word that you want to like pull out, you can stick the ir in front of it. And then, yeah, basically give that special emphasis. And let's do a few of those. How about the first one?
Yeah, I can try.
All right.
So it's Irnuk, Inuk, Seti, Petit. So as for you, you're set great of strength.
Are you sure about the U?
Nope.
100% sure about the U?
I don't know.
As for me.
Okay.
Anok in Coptic. Intok would be you for a male. So yeah, otherwise keep going. The rest sounded right.
I set great of strength.
That's right. So as for me, I am Seth. This is basically a nominal sentence without any copula. In Coptic, you have to put you don't have to actually for first person. But in Coptic, often you put a copula where you don't have to put one in late Egyptian. So Enuk Seth is basically I am Seth, and not just any Seth, but Seth Pichti. And I think you had that right. I think you had great of strength if I heard it right. Okay, perfect. I mean, that's really it. So you're just putting emphasis here on the as for me, I am Seth. Not talking about you, Horace. You're just a youngster. I, on the other hand, have a pivotal role. So I should be getting some benefit for that. That's the point he's trying to make. Okie doke, cool. Not sure anything else to say about this. If not, I would say
Just go through the grammar for Rebecca, I think.
Okay, maybe not just for Rebecca. So let's do that real quick. Jonathan, you want to take it or should I?
I don't want to take it.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll do it real quick. So then this is our new particle here, emphasizing the independent pronoun I. Then you have like a mini nominal sentence, I, Seth, or Sutech or whatever. I am Seth. And then, yeah, just some kind of attribute afterward. An apposition, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. I put a comma in there, just being like super modern. Of course, I think really. Normally you'd see it like this. I am chef great of strength. So an adjective followed with some kind of qualifier after it. Before we had pechti a, which would be great strength. Here the R is qualifying the strength. Here it's basically the other way around, because you're basically saying, and not just great, but great of what? Great of strength. Not great of beauty or great of whatever it is, of victories or whatever we could put here. Okay, and I think that's it. Well done. Next one. I think we're doing well on these. Any takers?
Sure, I'll go.
All right. Thank you.
So we have ir, pa, ea.
Sorry. Bye. And then you had?
Ready.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. So the little tail thingamahoo there. That's a determinative, right? That's
It is. It is.
I'm sorry. Eat. Excuse me. Eat.
That's a really good question, because art is actually, there would be a female donkey, but he's using the masculine article. So I have the feeling this is just a typo. I mean, not by me, but by the original writer. I think the way you had it by art is correct, and the T is the spurious, shouldn't be there. Because that is a word. There would be ta art, the female donkey. But that would have a ta, not a pa. So let's keep it the way you had it. And then?
Ready. E. Okay, got that right. E. This is Hemet. Becher. Ni. Is that Becher? Trying to pull it up here.
No, the unit for 90-gram unit for precious metals.
Oh wow, I don't remember that. Devin. Devin. Okay. Devin, and then we have Himi or Himi. 40. RF.
That's right.
Ore.
And I think in speech it may very well have been, just going to assume that it could be Hemet and Devin, but I don't know that for a fact. They do it always like list style. Copper, Devin, 40, but I wonder if they really spoke like that. I don't think so. Okay.
So as for my donkey. Let's see. So already here. So I have I have put or have let's see, this is a Sajameth. This is a Sajameth or Sajameth. I have put, let's see, copper, a measure of copper, 40 measures of copper with respect to it. Or I guess I probably shouldn't even translate that.
You're spot on. So we just need a more native translation for a D.
Oh, I have. I'm sorry, I said place. I have given.
You said put, but I would say paid.
Paid. Okay.
I've given, but yeah, in this case, we would say paid in English.
Yeah, that makes better sense. Yeah, paid. So 40 measures of copper with respect to it, or
right. Well, we would say for it, I guess, but yeah, you have it. That's right. So going rate of a donkey, that's expensive when you think about it. 40, half a pound of copper.
Can I just say that actually Christopher's literal translation is actually very helpful. So if he does it literally, then Aurelio can put it in his perfect English. But for people like me, to have the really literate, like I have given, because I spent ages trying to work out the difference between paid and given. So literal first is good, then spruce it up afterwards. Over and out.
Sounds good. All right. So yeah, that was perfect. I don't know. Anything else to be said about it? I think it's pretty literal, right? The way you heard it. As for my donkey, I've that's a past tense ZMF. I've given copper Deben 40 with respect to him, or in other words, for him. There is a special preposition Jabbar in exchange for, but you can see you can do that much more simply as well, just like basically equivalent for him. Okay, great. Well done. Let me do the last one just to move on to the next topic. So you can stack those. Here's heard. Obviously, there must have been another sentence before that. So and for or and as for, and then it basically goes on. I'll make that a bit bigger. Achet nip, everything. And then here's like a zips now, 2 times. So achet nip, everything, enti empaiper, everything that is in my house. This is a relative sentence. You entaihimit, they are. I wonder if there's like an error missing in between. No, couldn't be, because it goes on with entaihimit. So basically, they are for my wife. Chiran, nice, and that is an abbreviated chereru here, and her children. So nice, her children, plural. Let's write that down without a number. So her, hier, as for, achet nib. Oops. As for everything, enti empire, that is in my house, relative sentence. It's a relative pronoun plus a mini adverbial sentence. You, they will or they are, and and I have the feeling that something's missing here. I think there should be an A1.
Yeah, suffix pronoun.
Yeah, sorry guys, I did this too quickly today. QC failed. I think it should be this. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Not pi, but tai, because it's my wife. So it has to be the feminine article, possessive article. Himet. Alan would put a J in here, I guess. Chena, together with, we had that under preposition. Nice. And she says her children, not my children, interestingly. Sheretu. Okay, there we go. Which lives on as Kroti in Coptic. That word is not completely gone, at least in Bukharic. So yeah, this is from a will. So essentially the author here is talking about what should happen to his possessions and that he's going to leave them to his wife, everything, as well as her children or her descendants. Grammatically, same thing that we had before. Ir, now with an end in front of it. Talked about this already. Relative sentence with an adverbial construction in there. And then, yeah, I would take this as just a, I really want this to be a future tense, but I guess it is just a circumstantial. Kind of weird. Let me see. Well, he transcribes it this way as well. EUN. So they are, and I don't remember if there's a, okay. He has it under third future here, which is what I was thinking of. But I guess, yeah, okay, that makes some sense. So it is a third future, but it doesn't use the R. You subject R something something verb, but this being a prepositional phrase. Okay, I get it. It's an equivalent basically to a third future. But so yeah, it makes sense to translate it as a future. They will be for my wife and her descendants or her children. Okay. So that's it. I think by now we've seen enough examples of in the meaning of S4, so you can pull out different things. Here it is the donkey, which is sort of like the object of the sentence. I've made it for him. Here it's the subject. Here, I don't know, I guess it is technically, like grammatically speaking, it is the subject that we're talking about, the things that will be for my wife. Okay, all right. But basically, this is how it works. You can emphasize parts of the sentence. Now you can use the same thing also to apply to entire sentences. And then it gets the meaning of when or of if. Which of the two it is depends on what comes in the what comes after the and also what comes afterwards. Very often afterwards is basically like the that you plus her, like a you plus first present, which you've seen before for narratives. Neveu calls it a sequential. Yeah, let's see. How are we doing on time? 36. Okay. Yeah. Anybody want to tackle these? Take volunteers.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
All right. So all right, so we have ir, then or doing shem, sejem, All right, then we have what is this? Oh, by those strokes right there. Screen is
it's
ru. So poo. No, not poo. Okay, ru. Ru. That's a crack in my screen there. Okay.
Okay.
I can't see the rest of it. There we go. All right. So we have you, herjeden.
Herjed. You. No, sorry, my bad. This. Herjed. And then the last one. Yeah.
Or in.
Jeden.
All right.
There's a trick to it, but we'll get there.
Oh, did I miss something?
Maybe. Depends on how you translate.
The other end. So it'll be D, second D, I'm using the equal signs. Equal in.
You got
or
it.
Dot in.
Yep, you got it. Now it's perfect. And then what they say, I didn't put in here because it would have been distracting. But yeah, how would you translate that?
And I guess so. And as for our going, no,
close.
As for, wait, this is two N. This is us.
Right.
Okay, and as for us going out to listen or to hear, ru'u, the words or the utterances, is that the speech?
Yeah, the speech, you got it. Perfect. Oops. It doesn't want to let me. Oh, come on. I mean, you could put that little thingy here to indicate that it's really the mouth and not the preposition. You see the determinative stroke there. So it's definitely their speech, or in somewhat more antiquated English, their utterance. But yeah. And then? Hi, Rebecca. I think that could be from your train. think
Did you leave it? When did you take them off?
Tell her to mute when we hit the wrong thing. We
let's keep going. Mhm.
we speak to them. Oh no, we no. It's not speak to them. We speak to. Oh no. Let me slow down.
You're almost there. Mhm.
We say to what us? This is an in. Do we have a dative to us? We speak to.
Who's speaking is the interesting question. If it had been classical, you would see it like this, I guess.
Okay,
But-
they speak to.
Yep, that's it. Mhm. You got it.
Ah, man, yeah, okay. They speak to. Like I said, why am I thinking of we? They speak to us.
That's right.
Or say to us.
That's it. Mhm. You got it. So you could say, of course, you could translate that as like as for when we went to hear their basically their speech or their utterance, or Neveu translates it as their deposition, because that's from a court case. They said to us, but you could also make it more idiomatic in English into when. So when we went to hear the deposition, they said to us, and then whatever they said, blah blah blah. But so in this case, first present and ir could be translated as when in English. I think so. Well done. That's really it. The point there here being that you can also use it as a, yeah, I would say as a conjunction to indicate like when something happened, then something else happened. When you combine it with a prospective, it gets more of a nuance of if. So, for example, I'll do this one real quick. Her ir gemsuki iui acha. That should be MDIF. So basically, S4. I'll just stay with the and S4. I'll stay with the clunky translation for a moment. Find it somebody else. So a little bit more idiomatic. And if somebody else should find it, or if somebody else finds it, Yui Acha Mdif, I will fight with him. Because in this case, we're talking about a prized possession. So in this case, if would be more appropriate in English. How would you tell that syntactically? Well, on the one hand, of course, from context, but the other one is also this one here, gem and key, that is that's a sedgem F. More specifically, that is a sedgem, a prospective sedgem F. The subject comes after the dependent pronoun. It's being treated like a noun here. So gemki would be another one finds, but since I want to say it, the su comes in the middle. So gem suki. If another one finds it, then I will do blah, blah, blah. So long story short, this one here is better translated as if. And Neveu has a chapter on the whole thing about how to use ir with different tenses and what the shades of meaning are. I basically accelerated that a bit because you see it so much. But yeah, there's way more that could be said about this. But I think we should leave it at this for today. Let me just transcribe this thing real quick, and then we can move on. Unless, of course, there are any questions.
So I imagine that the next sentence after this would be if blah 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 happens, then the next part would be a then, right? Then this would happen.
Actually, so the second part, what would happen is already this part here, right? I will fight with him. So if somebody else finds it, I will. That's already the consequence. So this is your if, this is your then part.
Got it.
You can make that way more complex if you want, like more complex alternatives. I guess that's an error here. Make it. No, wait. It's not a foot. No, I'm wrong. Never mind. MDF with him. Okay. All right. So yeah, then let's go to the next one. I hope that helps a bit more than just seeing the list in the book. These I absolutely love. These are fun. So the sentences, I mean. The word itself is used, especially like up to the 19th dynasty, not afterwards. It basically means because, pa when. And you don't see it super often, but in literary text of the 19th dynasty, you definitely see it. And yeah, it's used pretty much like in English. It's because. So let me do this one real quick. This is from the Tale of the Two Brothers again. So the story is much further along. There's been a conflict between the two brothers because of the whole goings on with the wife. So essentially, the younger brother has had it, and he's basically telling his elder brother, "Ich shemek pai paik per." So this ich is to emphasize an imperative. It's not the word what in this case, but it basically is to stress an imperative. So in this case, it basically says, "Ich shemek," may you go to your house, paik per. So basically, go to your house. Tuk, that is a subjunctive, conjunctive. That's a conjunctive, and you. That's the way how to continue the first sentence. And you shall, what shall you? You shall nuit, take care of naik iaut, of your animals. So basically go back to your house and take care of your own, we would say in English, animals. That's the job that the younger brother had before. Now, why? Pawen, because nen yui acha emset yuk imos. Not will I stay in a place that you are in it. I will not stay in the same place that you are in. So basically, he's at it. I'm out of here. And so basically, so the first part is linked to the second one by a pa when, because. I can try to transcribe that real quick. Ich shemek paik and tuk. That's the conjunctive, which we haven't officially discussed yet, although it has appeared in so many sentences already. It's just basically a way how to elegantly string a second sentence to a first sentence, and basically indicate the continuity. That's the conjunctive. It would be, what would that be in Coptic? In Tuk? I think so, right? Naik yaut, your animals. Yaut. When, because. Is that a nen or a ni? I'll just put nen. There's a missing in here. Acha set. I will not stay in a place. Ek, which you are in it. And that's it. Kind of cool. Now you know how to break it off with somebody in Egyptian. On the opposite end, the next one is I'm not sure if it's from a love letter, a love poem, but definitely this is the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm not sure, does somebody want to try to take this one? It's kind of cool. I just found this one this morning.
Oh, otherwise I get no chance.
All right.
Okay.
Good. How can I move the,
Cool.
just trying to move
Sorry?
I'm trying to move you guys all up a little bit here so I can see the screen. Okay, go ahead.
Right. Tuk,
Mhm.
mi, ich,
Mhm.
sep, two, 4 times. What the hell? Ibi, veteri. Is that a real yod or not? We will see.
Yeah, I would keep it as pet, but near to your point, it could be this too, right? A petty.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Peter K.
Mhm.
Rich.
Erich, that's right.
Erich. Okay, I don't know that word. Septu. Yeah.
Ah, the transliteration doesn't like X's. Now I see what the problem is. Okay, all right.
Question. You. Ooh. Irui.
Possible.
Irui.
Possible, but what else could it be? Especially when it has like a little meat or body organ sign there. So maybe. Oh, wait, what do you think it is?
I was thinking your two eyes.
Okay, that's pretty close. Yeah, you're right. So then should be shouldn't that be Irti?
It should absolutely.
Irti.
And then I guess wait, my two eyes. So
Irti. Yes, my two eyes, of course. Mia. Menefer. Oh wow.
yeah. You got it.
Pawen. Tui. Hekker Kui.
I misspelled that in the little help up there. I'll fix it in a moment. You have it right. Yeah.
Peter K.
Yeah. Perfect. That's
okay, so let's
a mouthful.
see.
We fix this real quick because that really bugs me. Here we go. All right. So what do we make
Okay. So you are like what? I think, yeah. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Sorry.
You would
Very
think,
simple.
you would think, but actually it can also just be, how are you? I mean, like, how are you? It could be that.
But not in the sense of how do you do, right?
How do you do?
Just,
You actually have that
oh,
now.
really?
At the beginning of letters, there's like a really touching, I think, 18th dynasty letter to the dead. It's a man writing to his dead wife. And basically the first sentence is like, how are you, with mich in there. So that's kind of cute. I can post that later. So I think it's just.
Okay, so how are you? Emphasis, 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 emphasis.
Just a little.
How are you?
How are you? Yes, that's
okay.
Right.
My heart. Oh, what is ich? I'm not sure what that means.
I didn't know that either. I had to look it up. So ich, you would think to what, but it can also mean until when, basically. Until when shall ibi erpetrek? And ibi has a special meaning as well. I mean, ibi could be my heart. But if your heart is towards something, that basically means to desire. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. This one's tricky.
Yeah. This is Peter as in to see, or
Correct.
Is it not?
It is.
Okay, so we start with you. Oh, wait. R and then a Sejm F. What?
Could be.
Or an infinitive. So my heart is, yeah, okay, so it's an infinitive, so ka is the direct object. So until when will my heart see you? Or when will my heart see you?
Close. So to see you until when is correct. And then ibi, basically, until when shall I desire to see you? Like for how much longer shall I desire to see you? Because obviously I'm not.
Okay, wow. For how much longer? Okay.
Like I said, it's tricky.
You
should be easy.
Irti mi nefer. So my eyes are. Are we sure this is my eyes are not, or is that, wait, let me just quickly check something. What is this? Yeah, that could be a T, irtit. Your eyes, assuming it's a compliment, right? Your eyes are as big as the city of Memphis. Or is
It could be, especially so, but I mean, there's a male pronoun here. But if it were you, shouldn't that be
right? Well, but you've got equals feminine just after, which could be
Right.
second singular female, which is how I got that idea.
It's good. I mean, I put that in just because, I mean, the writer is speaking to a male before that. There's like K, and then K again. So,
Oh, true enough.
hmm.
True
Otherwise, you're
enough.
right. If it were a male writer, then it could be your eyes are, and you had it already correct, as big as Memphis, which is fairly
But
sad.
so you're right, in this case, it's my eyes are as big as Memphis. Because I hunger to see you.
Isn't that cool? That's
So it's not actually, it's not just a compliment. Oh, your beautiful eyes are as big as the city of Memphis. It's no, they are so big because I can't see you and I want to so badly.
awesome, eh?
It's metaphorical.
Nice.
Well done.
Nice.
So yeah, I see we're a bit above time. I thought that was really well done. I would say next time I have like 2 more. I can send them out in advance if you guys want to take a look at it. And I would ask if anybody else wants to take a crack at the where do I have it? Oh no, not this one. Where did it go? This one? Oh, folks, what did I do? It's here somewhere. This one. If somebody wants to take a crack at the Wennermoon, so there would be an extra week to do that. Rather than taking example sentences the last time, I just thought let's do 2 quick sections from Wennermoon. I tried to gloss them to make it easy. So if a word is hard to read with the hieroglyphs we already had, then I've put a gloss on how to read it to make it easy to look up in Ramesses Online or TLA or Lesco, whatever the dictionary of your choice is. And some of them are also put like translation or grammatical explanation if it's not if it's something we hadn't covered yet, like for example statives. So yeah.
Actually, since we're discussing this, can you go back to the second page?
Oh yeah,
There
sure.
is a
Did I mess up something?
no, I don't think you messed something up, or maybe you did. I'm not entirely sure. So in the explanation, first line after something that's sebao or the duao, I'm not sure. It says see
Wow.
our chapter 9.
Mhm.
I'm not entirely sure the if the chapter numbering is correct or consistent, but in the slides that you sent around last, which had a set of slides labeled chapter 9, I could not find this word. So
Let's take a look.
maybe one. So I don't.
Here we go.
Okay.
To be tricky, it's spelled with an N here, because of that NM.
Right.
So yeah, sorry, that is
I mean, so I got it correct, just differently.
okay.
Okay, Endwa.
But I look
Thank you.
forward to next week. Any other comments? Otherwise, I would say let's close it for today.
Thank you.
Cool, guys. Then I would say thanks so much.
Okay.
See you all in 2
Thanks
weeks.
for class.
Yeah.
See you.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night, class.
Bye-bye.